New record for my channel. I've made 2 videos already today. I was gonna make a third. Then I see this fucking whore on The View, Lorena fucking Bobbitt, who should have crawled under a rock when she was lucky enough to get away with cutting off her husband's cock while he was sleeping. She has got such fucking balls. She probably cut his off too and took and pasted her own nasty vagina. But first of all, after that incident happened, she cut his cock off while he was sleeping. She hasn't been laid since, I guarantee you. No guy's going to stick it in her because he's going to wonder if he's sleeping. She's going to get crazy or go temporarily insane again with a knife and hack his cock off. Here's my problem with this bitch and why she's a raging cunt. I hate this whore. First off, she goes on The View, and they're all like being so sympathetic towards her. Like, I thought they were going to breastfeed her at a certain point. Like, oh, poor little baby who cut his pee-pee off while he was sleeping. Oh, you poor little victim girl. Like, no. And then she's got the balls, Lorena Bobbitt. They're like, so, why did you do what you did? And she actually goes like this, do you mean why did I do this documentary? And they're like looking at her like, no, bitch, we care about your documentary. No, why'd you cut his cock off while he was sleeping? She's like, it is not something I planned, and you have to give voice to sexual harassment, and like the LGBTQ community, we have to get, bitch, don't you even fucking try it. Don't you even try that. Like, you're some anti-hero who's, speaking up for people who can't speak themselves. You're full of crap. I did a video on her a long time ago. She actually said at one point, she goes, I had a very hard time with other comedians making jokes about this horrible incident. Bitch, were you not on the Steve Harvey show about 2 years ago, laughing it up with that fucking step and fetch it, sitting there laughing about the guy's dick getting cut off? He got mutilated. And you're sitting there laughing and going along with his little fucking jokes. Fuck you. I hope somebody lops one of your tits off. How's that, bitch? So she's sitting there, and she's got this little new docuseries, and Whoopi Goldberg had even participated in this docuseries. It says something to the effect of, she did this thing, but she got people to listen. Let's flip the script for a second. She says this guy was so abusive, and everybody else is like, defending her in comments like, well, she was acquitted. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? So was he of any incident whatsoever, including rape, including any physical abuse. So they found enough preponderance of evidence to acquit his ass. So why are we not believing him and we're believing this fucking bitch who, how long has she been in America? She still can't speak English, right? How long has she been here? Get Rosetta Stone, motherfucker. Come on, you're annoying the fuck out of me. And she got paid for this. She did. She's pocketing this shit. Fuck her. Go work at McDonald's, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? Just because you cut some dick off, you get to do it? And she goes in there, it's not like I woke up and planned to do something like this. All right. Temporary insanity. Temporary insanity is this. Let's say he was beating her. I'm inclined to even believe the guy might have been sort of drunk, alcohol once in a while, slapped her around a bit. She should have kicked him in the nuts, called it a day, moved the fuck out of the house. I'm sorry. I know. Although people are going to be, well, abusers, sometimes they stay with them and all that. Then that's their own dumb ass fault. I'm just going to say what the fuck I think. You're a dumbass. When motherfucker is whooping your ass on a nightly basis, get the fuck out. Move. Leave. Go wherever the fuck you got to go. Unless you have kids and shit, then it gets weird and dicey, and I understand it's harder to do. They didn't have any kids. She's saying she's whooping his ass. He's whooping her ass constantly, raping her all the time. Bitch, leave. Did she ever file one police report? Ever. One. Did she ever tell anybody about it? Never. I don't remember there's any documentation of that whatsoever. She's a liar. I don't believe a word this woman says, and I can tell by her eyes she's fucking lying her ass off. I believe it was dick. I believe he probably slapped her or something like that. I believe he was throwing his dick around before she chopped it off everywhere he could and every hooker that he could. But I believe she knew that when she married him. So then she's sitting there and she goes like this, well, and I did not plan to cut his cock off. I was acquitted because of temporary insanity. Stop the car right there, bitch. Let's pump the brakes. Temporary insanity is the following. Let's say that earlier at night he yelled at you, slapped you around a little bit. You lost your shit. He hits you. You go crazy. You grab a knife, knife him about 5 times, kind of take a step back like, holy shit, look what I've done. That's temporary insanity. Temporary insanity. Let's go over what she did, okay? He is sleeping. Passed out, can't defend himself, can't call for police, can't do anything. She goes, saws his dick off. First of all, motherfucker, I need to know from that dude, what were you drinking that you slept while somebody's cutting your dick off? If somebody just tugs my dick lightly, I'm going to wake the fuck up. I'm not going to sit there all night and sleep. I'm going to sit there like, hey, what's going on? That's blood? I don't know. I'll deal with it later. I'm going back to bed. No. He should have woken the fuck up. She sits there, saws it off, right? Puts it in a fucking sock. Walks over, so she gotta go, okay, well, no, put it in my panties, in a plastic bag, maybe a brown bag. No, I put it in a sock. Ties the sock, walks down the stairs with dick and sock, wonders what she's gonna do, gets car keys with dick and sock, drives around with dick and sock, maybe stop for a cup of coffee with dick and sock was probably next to her. She's probably petting it every now and then because she's a psycho. And then she goes and throws it on the forest. How is that temporary insanity? That's premeditated as fuck. You waited until he was asleep. You saw him laying there, knowing that he couldn't do anything about it. You cut his dick off, and then you're so temporarily insane. How long? Temporary insanity is just that, temporary fucking insanity. All right. And, and it was a running joke for years and years about him and his Frankencock, and I gotta see that porno just see how they stitch that shit back together. I never have. I gotta see it if it still works fine or not like that, or it's crooked and leans to the left or speaks a different language now. I don't know. But she does all this shit and she lops his manhood off. Feminists, everybody out there, I gotta ask you a question. This was a man, and by the way, did you know statistically men are more likely to be, just by mass numbers, abused in the marriage by a woman? It's just the truth. Go look it up. And they're probably even more so because they are way less likely, women are less likely to report it. Men are less likely even than women tenfold to report any kind of abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, some kind of blackmail, like if you leave me, I'll take half of everything you get, I'll take the kids, everything else. Men probably don't report it a tenth as much as women report it. And even they don't report it as much. So that's bullshit. But fucking, she does all this shit. She acts like she's some kind of anti-hero. If it was a man who was being berated, he had the threat of his kids being taken from him. Because let's face it, it's physics proof, courts favor the woman. When it comes to custody, courts favor the woman. I've never heard of a man getting 50% of everything a woman gets when he divorces her. It's a rarity where it happens, but it's not like a given. I've never heard a man go, hey, when I divorce you, bitch, I want money and a custom to how I used to live for 20 years, even if you remarry. It happens for women all the time. But this bitch wants to act like she's a fucking martyr. She just pisses me off so much. So if it was a guy who done all this, he's been abused. He went upstairs and lopped her tits off while she's sleeping. Drove around, put her tits in a nice little tote bag or something. Walked around just with a bag. Drove around for about 20 minutes and threw it on the forest. Would we say he was temporarily insane? I don't think so. Would we be laughing about it on Stephen Harvey? I don't think so. Would we have the cucks on The View, the female witch coven on The View sitting there, wanting to, breastfeed the motherfucker just because, he's a victim boy? They would be mean. They would be, like, cross-examining the motherfucker. Well, what'd you do? What'd you do to deserve it? Fuck them. Fuck this bitch. Seriously. I hope that, you know what? Karma, they always say it. Karma is the biggest bitch ever. How dare you come and bring this up after all these years? How dare you make money off of this shit? Okay? I hope half of it goes to him, at least. I mean, you took his manhood. For her to bring this shit back into the lexicon, and for people like Whoopi fucking Goldberg to sit there and say, well, she brought that women weren't going to take this anymore, then I don't want to hear it the next time a man does something like this. If a man lops some bitch's tits off or her fucking clit or whatever because she's been a nightmare to him, I don't want to hear it because he was just bringing awareness to something. So, fuck her. I'm tired of her and her broken English and her hound dog face. You weren't that much to look at to begin with, bitch. I'm going to attack everything about her. I hate this chick. You are not a victim. I'm never watching your show or your series. I really hope that you end up the crazy cat lady that I think you're going to end up. You are never going to get laid again. The only thing you're going to work with is a vibrator. And I hope you don't go temporarily insane at night and, I don't know, cut the vibrator in half and start putting it in sock and one. Maybe she has a sock fetish. Nasty bitch. I hate that retarded piece of fucking jizz, that bitch. She pisses me off. So, Lorena Bobbitt, seriously, from all us guys who are thinking men and shit like that, and again, this is not like saying, abusers should get away with whatever. If it's a guy who's abusing a mother, I would go in just as hard. If he was beating his wife up like that, he should be beat with a fucking 2x4. But to premeditatedly wait till somebody's asleep, do this shit, I don't believe it, because it's a sneaky fucking thing to do. That's a sneaky bitch. She was a jealous bitch, she was an angry bitch, and she's a criminal bitch. She should have been in jail. And that just shows you how unfair it is to men. I'm sorry. I'll call it out like I see it. When it's unfair to women, I'll say so. When it's unfair to men, I'll say so. This is unfair. I'm not saying he's a prize. I'm not saying he's even worth looking at himself. He's not the studliest guy ever. But shit. The punishment that the crime smacked around and shit like that, she would have kneed him in the balls 5 times. Hell, pour some hot coffee on his dick while he's sleeping or something like that. I've been like, okay, fine, whatever. She got him back. You know what I mean? You punch the fuck out of him. She's temporarily insane. Beat his fucking face in with your fist. No, you fucking sketchy bitch. You take a knife, that's premeditated. Go downstairs, get a knife, stand over dick, pull dick out, saw dick off, fuck her. I hope a fucking rabid fucking pit bull gets a hold of her cunt that must be flappity as fuck now because she's 50 or 60 and rips her right off her. That's what I hope. There, make this a hate video. Fuck her. I hate